Problems of population change. Optimum population. This is the population that produces maximum output per head. Output per head is GDP per head, or GDP per capita. GDP per head is GDP divided by population. GDP, gross domestic product, is the total output of an economy. The optimum population is the ideal population size that is the best for the resources of the country. The optimum population is shown in the diagram. It is between underpopulation and overpopulation. It is not just about the population size. It is the population size compared with the available resources. There are enough people to use the existing resources to produce maximum return per head for an optimum population. Underpopulation and overpopulation. Most countries are either underpopulated or overpopulated. Underpopulation occurs when a country does not have enough people to utilize its resources efficiently. This means there are not enough people to use its capital, land, and enterprise efficiently. A country is overpopulated when there are too many people for the available resources. The GDP per capita declines as a result of insufficient resources to sustain the population. What is aging population? It occurs when the average age in a country rises. The implication is that the fewer people working must support older people, leading to a rise in dependency ratio. Dependency ratio is the number of those not working to the labor force. The workers may have to pay higher taxes for government to be able to cater for old people. The world's population is aging. The proportion of people aged 65 years and above is increasing at a faster rate than those below that age group. It is projected that by 2050, the number of individuals aged 65 years or above across the world will be twice the number of children under age 5, and almost equivalent to the number of children under 12 years. The chart shows the world's oldest populations. Hong Kong is expected to top the list by 2050. Population distribution. It is the composition and structure of the population. It shows the division of the population into different groups based on age, gender, or location. Age distribution. It is the division of the population into different age groups or categories. Sex distribution is the division of the population into males and females. They are both shown on the graph. Gender imbalance occurs when a particular gender outnumbers the other. The number of males can exceed the number of females, or females can outnumber males. Normally, there should be equal number of males and females in the population. The reasons for gender imbalance include war, gender preference, and migration of a particular gender. The outbreak of war kills males who are involved in the war, resulting in decrease in their number. Also, preference for a particular sex may cause abortion, or selective killing of children of the other sex. Furthermore, if more males migrate into a country, it will cause a gender imbalance. Occupational distribution. It shows the proportion of the population employed in different industries. From the chart, the tertiary sector employs the greatest percentage of the labor force, while the primary sector employs the lowest. What is a population pyramid? It is a graph that compares the numbers of males and females in different age categories in a country. It is a graphical representation of a country's age and gender distribution. The population pyramid is also known as age-sex pyramid since it shows age groups and gender. We will examine the population pyramid for a developing country. A developing country is a low-income country such as Nigeria. The population pyramid is triangular with a wide base and a narrow top. It has a wide base because of the high birth rate and falling infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate is the ratio of number of children under 1 year dying, compared to the total number of live births. Falling infant mortality rate is as a result of improved health care system. In addition, it is narrow at the top because of high death rate or low life expectancy. The high number of children leads to high dependency ratio. The population pyramid for a developed country has a narrow base due to low birth rate. The low death rate also means that a lot of people live longer in the country. There is a high dependency ratio due to many old people. What is dependency ratio? It is the ratio of the people who are not in the labor force to the working age population. The formula for calculating dependency ratio is dependent population divided by the working population times 100. The dependent population refers to those that are not part of the working population, and it comprises children 0 to 14 years and old people 65 years and above. The working population is also known as the labor force and is usually from age 15 to 64 years. Calculate the dependency ratio given the following. Number of children, 16 million. Labor force, 20 million. Old people, 8 million. Dependency ratio is 16 million plus 8 million, divided by 20 million, times 100. The answer is 120%. We will consider some of the reasons for rising dependency ratio. Number 1. High birth rates in less developed countries increase the number of children that form part of the dependent population. Another factor is raising the school leaving age. This means that more children stay longer in school. Low death rate increases the number of old people. These people are also part of the dependent population. The number of old people will decrease if the government raises the official retirement age. Population density. It is the number of people living in a given land area. It is the population per square kilometer of land. An area is densely populated if there are many people living per square kilometer, while a sparsely populated area contains few people per square kilometer. Good climate, availability of mineral resources, fertile land, accessibility are some factors that can attract many people to a given area. The formula for population density is population divided by land area. Consequences of population change for developing countries. Developing countries are characterized by high birth rate and increasing population. This large population has some consequences. One is famine. There is no enough food as the population grows faster than food production. One reason is low agricultural productivity due to inadequate income to embark on mechanized farming. Population outnumbers healthcare facilities, jobs, and schools. Also, a lot move from rural to urban areas, causing overcrowding in the cities. In addition, resources are depleted. For example, trees have to be cut down for firewood or to provide land for housing. Consequences of population change for developed countries. Developed countries are characterized by low birth rate and low death rate. They have a lot of people living long due to good healthcare system, leading to more old people in the country. This increases government spending on old people's welfare. In addition, workers have to be taxed heavily to provide enough money to the government for catering for old people. Low birth rate means there will be less people in future to join the labor force. This will reduce the GDP, or total output of the economy. Many countries, as a result, experience falling and aging population. Falling population means less output in the economy. Demography is the study of the features of the population size, trends, growth and distribution. Demographic transition theory describes how a country moves from high to low death and birth rates. As an economy develops, death rate starts to fall before birth rate, leading to population increase. Then, birth rate starts falling, reducing population growth rate. The demographic transition model has 4 stages. Stage 1. This is characterized by high birth rate and high fluctuating death rate. Population growth is low at this stage. Stage 2. During the early stage of the transition, the death rate begins to fall. As birth rate remains high, the population starts to grow rapidly. Stage 3. Birth rate starts to decrease. The rate of population growth declines. Stage 4. This is the post-transition stage where countries are characterized by low birth and low death rates. Population growth is negligible, the population may be in decline. This can be observed in Europe. Reverend Thomas Robert Malthus said that the population grows at a geometrical progression, while food production grows at an arithmetic progression. He thought that if population growth were not controlled, it would exceed food production. This would cause hunger and a low standard of living. The Malthusian theory was criticized because Malthus did not envisage that technology could be used to boost food production. Also, the population growth in developed countries does not exceed the rate at which food is produced. Some are experiencing a declining population.